Hey besties, welcome back to my channel and welcome to another reading wrap up. It is in fact the end of March. Today's the last day of March, so it's officially time to wrap up the books that I've read. Now this month was a very slow month for me, I guess. I didn't read much, so here are the 4 books that I read. So first off, let's start off with I read Collide. My final rating was a 4-star. I did read this in a vlog, I'm pretty sure. If I did, I'll put it up here. But this is about Summer and Aiden, and basically Summer has sworn off all hockey men, and obviously Aiden is a hockey man. And basically Summer has to do this project for school where she has to do an interview with said hockey man, and she's not happy about it. And Aiden gets forced to do it to do the interview because he took credit for something that shouldn't have happened, like a school party or something. He took credit because he's the captain and whatever, and he didn't want anyone else in trouble, so now he's forced to do this. And they end up getting closer, and they end up hooking up, and then she just wants to only hook up. She doesn't want a relationship, and he's not having it. He's down bad for her, and he's gonna do some convincing to get with her. And yeah, the only reason it's just a 4-star, it's not higher, is just because it kind of dragged out a little bit, because there is no third act breakup, which I love. Okay, I hate third act breakups, but since there wasn't a third act breakup, we kind of just kept seeing them together for so long, because I think they got together halfway through, and then the rest of it is just them dealing with problems. She has daddy issues, so she's dealing with that, and then he's dealing, they're dealing with issues around them, not about them, but around them. And so they're just together for a very long time, and we just constantly see scenes of them together, which is fine. But since we've seen it pretty much the whole book, it just kind of dragged out. I don't know, but it was still really good. So I'm excited to read Spiral. And then there's another book coming out called Revolve, something like that. So I'm excited to read those. Sports romance are always very good. So alright, so these next 2 books I actually did read in a vlog, where I'm reading my highest and lowest rated books on my Goodreads. It's right here. So the first one is The Next to Die by Sophie Hannah. I actually DNF'd it. I DNF'd it at 25%, page 94. I was ready to DNF it the very first chapter, but I kept going for the sake of the vlog, and then I was just like, honey, no, you're gonna stop this. And honestly, I think from this point on, I was just slowly getting back into a slump. I crawled my way out of a reading slump after Onyx Storm, and then I was, vibing, and I think now it just started going down. Okay, so I don't know anything about what was happening. So yeah, I tried reading it, I tried listening to it on Audible. It just wasn't working. I just could not deal with it. Yeah. Okay, this comedian one day is watching the news, and this cop is like, if you ever received this sort of note, please contact us, because it is a note that this serial killer has been giving his next victims and blah blah blah. And she's like, oh, I've had one of those, but a year ago, so it can't be whatever. I don't know the rest because I didn't want to continue, because literally everything was just not my cup of tea. She kept constantly describing her affair that she was having. Like, she kept constantly being like, oh, I love cheating on my husband and blah, blah, blah. And I was just like, I don't know what this has to do with the book. Like, I don't care that you're cheating. And, like, there was, like, description of the said cheating. And I'm just like, okay, this is too much. Like, this is supposed to be a mystery thriller. Why are you describing your escapades? Like, I don't care. And also the way that this author was writing certain details, it was just kind of annoying. Like, instead of writing just a simple sentence to describe something, she wrote a whole ass paragraph just dragging on the description. I'm just like, I don't care. Whatever. They only talk about the murder like one or two times in those 100 pages that I've like listened to. So yeah, DNF. If I would have continued, probably just a 1, because I saw on Goodreads that someone said that the ending was very disappointing, the motive for the murder was very disappointing, so I just not in the mood. I'm gonna take my bookmark back. Okay, this next book that I read in that vlog was my highest rated book, which is Saving Six by Chloe Walsh. I rated this a 5-star. Obviously, I'm a Boys of Tom and girly. I rated Binding and Keeping 13 also 5-star, so, and I'm anticipating the rest of the series to also be 5-star, just because, like, I'm invested in these characters. I am there with them. I'm feeling for them. Anyways, this is basically about Joey and Aoife. I'm sure you guys probably all know the Boys of Tommen, and I'm sure that you guys probably all have read it. I don't know what to say. Yeah, it's about Joey and Aoife. Joey is Shannon's older brother. Shannon is the FMC from Binding and Keeping 13. And basically, you kind of just see how Joey and Aoife met, because, like, in Binding and Keeping 13, you see that they're together. Anyways, so the beginning of this, no, pretty much the whole thing is just how they met and how they became who they are together, while also, like, seeing things happening. Like, you see Joey go through his drug addiction, and what else? You see everything that happened, like, at Joey's home life and whatever, and then you also just, like, get a glimpse into, like, Aoife's home life. Yeah, so yeah. Obviously it ends on a cliffhanger, like Binding 13 did with Keeping 13. Like, it ends on a cliffhanger, and then you immediately jump into it, and it's, like, immediately where you left off. That's how this is too. I don't know what else to say other than that. Please check your trigger warnings. Yes, this is technically YA, but I don't think so. Like, I think you should definitely check your trigger warnings, because there are a lot of heavy topics in the entire series. Not just this book, the entire series, okay? Okay, now the final book that I've read this month. I know, guys, like, since when do I not read a lot, but whatever. Also read this in the vlog. I just uploaded it yesterday, so go check that out. It's this one right here. I read Bookshops and Bone Dust by Travis Baldree. Yeah, basically I just opened a mystery, like, book, like one of those books that are wrapped and whatever, you don't know what it is. This is what it was. I didn't think I would like it because I don't really like cozy fantasies that much. Maybe I've grown into it though. Like, we'll see. Because I did rate this a 4 stars. I was pleasantly surprised. There were a lot of moments where there was some action happening. It wasn't just coziness, you know. So maybe that's why I rated it so highly. I don't know, but I will definitely continue on with the series, like Legends and Lattes, and then there's going to be another book coming out at some point. I don't remember when, but I was pleasantly surprised with this. So basically this is about Viv. She's an orc. That's Viv. And you basically start off the book with her being in battle, and she gets severely injured. So her crew, like the head of the crew, decides that she's should lay low and whatever. So he's like, you're gonna stay in this small town called Merk, and you're gonna lay low, you're gonna heal, and then when we're done dealing with this necromancer that we're chasing after, you're gonna come back with us. And she's obviously not happy about it because she just wants to fight. She just wants to be in battle. Anyway, so they deposit her in Merk, and yeah, so she stumbles upon this bookshop that is run by this ratkin named Fern, and she has like a dog thing called Pot Roast. Anyways, that's who's on the front cover. Anyways, so she runs into Fern at the bookshop, and Fern's like, I'm gonna give you a book, because like her thing is kind of like, her bookshop is kind of run down and business is slow, so she's just like, I'm gonna convince you to read this. And Viv's like, no, because she doesn't like reading. It's like apparently a thing for orcs to not like reading. I don't know, they kept mentioning that, but she ends up loving the book. She reads it in a day. Whenever she goes back, she like for more and whatever, and then she like becomes really good friends with Fern, like pretty much like instantly. And so Viv kind of just spending all her days at the bookshop, and like she's helping Fern like refurnish it and whatever, and like get business back up. She has a fling with someone else. What else? And then there's also this gnome that's trying to prove herself to Viv, because she wants to be in the crew that Viv is in. And yeah, so it was a good time. I had fun. That was all the books that I read. I am currently reading another book, Redeeming 6, for another vlog. It obviously won't be out yet because I'm in the middle of it right now. But yeah, I'm 40% through Redeeming 6. So far, I'm predicting it's going to be a 5-star. And stay tuned for my April reading wrap-up to see like what I actually do rate it and whatever. But so far I am liking it, and basically you just pick up where you left off from Saving 6. But now like things are obviously really happening. You're basically seeing whatever happened in Binding and Keeping 13. You're seeing it in this book, but told in Joey's point of view. So you're seeing a lot more of what was happening behind the scenes, because like you don't really get to see that with Shannon, because Shannon kind of like is in the dark because Joey made sure that like she's not really involved in a lot of things. But now that we're seeing Joey's side of things, it's like, holy fuck, like I didn't realize that was happening. It's kind of crazy, but that's basically what's happening. So those are all the books that I've read in the month of March. I know it's not lots. Usually I read way more than this. I'm not saying that it's bad that I did not read 10 plus books. It's just like I usually do, so I'm just kind of like discouraged with myself. I don't want to talk about it, but like if this is your normal, that is totally fine. Like I'm proud of you for just picking up a book. A lot of people don't read, so good job. What? Anyways, hopefully next month is a little bit better. I do have a long TBR. If you guys watch my TBR video, you'll know that I have a long ass TBR. Anyways, yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I hope to see you guys in the next one.